In this video, we will reveal the truth about the USA's plan, consisting of relocating the civilians of Gaza in order to rebuild the territory devastated by months of bombings. What is behind this Donald Trump's project? Why did they choose to send them to Indonesia rather than to a neighboring Arab country? You will get answers in this video in a brief and clear way. In fact, a few days ago, a ceasefire came into effect in Gaza. The sound of bombs and bullets have stopped, while the world waits impatiently to see what will happen next in Gaza after 15 months of bombings, destruction, and suffering. The first phase of the agreement provides for the release of the first group of hostages and the negotiation of the terms of the second phase, which should allow the release of the remaining hostages, a full Israeli troop withdrawal. As for the third and final stage, it will involve the reconstruction of Gaza, which could take years, and the return of any remaining of the bodies of the hostages who lost their lives in captivity. Rebuilding the Gaza Strip, which has been almost completely destroyed, will take time and a lot of money. But Gaza must be rebuilt because it is currently uninhabitable, and that will be a very difficult task given the millions of people who have been displaced throughout Gaza. How do you clear the mountains of debris that are there? How do you clear the rubble that is Gaza today when millions of Palestinians are wandering all over the territory? It seems difficult, to say the least. This brings us to a very alarming report that has leaked. According to a senior official in Trump's administration who wished to remain anonymous, the U.S. administration is working on a project to relocate part of 2.4 million of Gazans to Indonesia so that Gaza can be reconstructed. This is a task that has been assigned to Steve Witkoff, Donald Trump's special envoy to the Middle East, the man who played a major role in the ceasefire agreement. If we don't help Gazans now, if we don't make their life better, if we don't give them a sense of hope, there's going to be a rebellion, indicated the source close to the project. So according to the plan, Gaza must be rebuilt because the Americans believe that if it is not, chaos will set in, and this could fuel the entire Middle East, which will significantly undermine the American interests in the region. We do not know why they chose Indonesia, but Indonesia is known to be the most populous Muslim nation in the world and also known for its unwavering support for the Palestinian cause. Indonesia has also committed to supporting the reconstruction of Gaza after war, but it has never indicated that it was ready to host hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. Reacting to the plan of relocating Gazans, the Indonesian Minister of Foreign Affairs said, "We have never heard about this plan, and Indonesia's stance remains unequivocal. Any attempts to displace or remove Gaza's residents is entirely unacceptable. Such efforts to depopulate Gaza would only serve to perpetuate the illegal Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory and align with broader strategies aimed at expelling Palestinians from Gaza." In fact, Indonesia's reaction is understandable. If we look at the map, Indonesia is in Southeast Asia. Gaza is in West Asia, at thousands of kilometers away. It is difficult to imagine why hundreds of thousands of Gazans should be relocated to Indonesia. Of course, Indonesia is a Muslim country, but that does not mean that it has all the necessary resources to accommodate Palestinians. For example, there is the language barrier, since we know that Indonesia is not an Arabic-speaking country. If the relocation of Palestinians was really necessary, why not send them somewhere in West Asia to another Arabic-speaking country with all the necessary resources to accommodate them? But do you know why they did not propose an Arab country to host these people? It is because they know that no Arab country would accept this, given what they have done in the past. In fact, this phenomenon has already happened when millions of Palestinians were forced to flee during the Nakba of 1940s. These refugees were welcomed by neighboring Arab countries, but until now, nothing has been put in place by the international community to facilitate their return to Palestine. This is why the people of Gaza, and all those who support their great cause, are categorically opposed to Donald Trump's plan, because they fear that if they go, they will never be allowed to return to Gaza. What is your opinion? Do you think this plan to move the Gazans is a good intention by Americans who want to help these people? Or there is behind it a hidden agenda to push the Palestinians out and make way for Israeli settlers? If they really want to reconstruct Gaza, is there not a way to do it without moving its residents? Please share your point of view in the comments. Thank you for your time. Assalamu alaikum.